Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, as y'all know, it's gonna be a power pack session. I got a coach in 53 minutes, so it's a lot of different lessons in this. So don't get so stuck on the title. A lot of time people get so stuck on the title, and then also remember with the titles, it's not specifically about the people in the title. That's for the algorithm. And we pull the lessons from the lives that we see in the media and apply it to our everyday lives. So please don't get caught up in my comments just talking about the man or talking about his woman. Apply the stuff to your life. This is not a gossip channel. This is where we learn, we grow, and we take the media representation and pull the lessons for our own lives. So please pause the video here and rewind if you have trouble comprehending. This is not about the rapper and his woman. They are just an example. This is about you and your situation. So you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So here you have this young lady who gets with this guy who she says does her dirty, like hands on her, taking her against her will, all of this and all of that. Got her around the guys, got her completely no clothes, all of that. Now, yes, she could be lying, but I don't necessarily believe she lying. But at the same time, now look what she doing. She coming and she showing all of their dirty secrets, everything that happened. But when it happened, she didn't say anything. And now that they done, now and then the post that y'all sent me was like, it wasn't like I'm hurt, I'm sad, I'm sorry. It was like a tag post. It was like, oh, you want to do this, do that? All right, boom. I'm finna expose you. So now, and that's the same thing happened with the NBA player, Zion Williamson. He gets with the porn star and she cool, living life, everything good. He cheat on her, do her dirty. Then she come out and, oh, you did this, you did that, you did that, did that. He gets exposed. But these women want these men for their name and for their money. And these men want these women for their sex appeal and their body. And the women overlook these men's character flaws because they have money. So instead of getting with a normal everyday man who is a great man and them being his cup of tea, his chips and his dip, they go get with a twisted, demented man who has issues because they want the spotlight or they want the money. And that's what I mean. You have to make sure that you are not out here doing something and going and being with somebody for the wrong reasons, because you will attract what you are. So if you go and you get in a situation and you see this man or woman, if you're a man watching this, has some things about them that you don't really rock with, you don't like, it's not advantageous to a healthy relationship, then you need to know it's time to go. Like you got to pack up and go. You can't stay for the perks because they connected in the city or they got money or they got a name or they come from a family with a name, but yet they snorting powder or they cursing you out or they heavy into the corn. Remember, change the C for the P, and y'all know what we talking about if you knew. They heavy into the corn. They do this, they do that, but it's like you looking at, oh, they height, they handsome or they beauty, they name, they money, they this and they that, and then they show you who they are. You ignore what they show you and you stay with them, and next thing you know, you hurt. You dogged out. And I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of y'all are dealing with, I ain't gonna say a lot of y'all. I ain't even gonna go that far. One sec. Y'all gotta forgive me. I had to open a message, to write my wife back. So don't get mad by the man who responded to his wife and put his wife first because you selfishly want me to focus on the video to kiss your behind. So that's why if you feel like that and you get mad when I'm on here and I put my wife first, put her before you, and you a man or a woman, that's why you're gonna attract a bomb, because you don't have priorities and you don't realize that nothing comes before a man wife. And if you can't respect that, then you're not going to attract that, because you don't respect that, and so you don't expect that. So you're going to get a husband who makes you a option and not a priority, because when you had the opportunity to respect a husband prioritizing his wife, you were selfish and said, Tony, can you focus on the video and entertain me or educate me, because that's what I'm here for, instead of having the mindset of saying, hey, I'm glad he responded to his wife and he put her first. I'm not his wife, I could wait. Got to shift your mindset. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You attract what you are, not what you want. So realize that. Sorry about that. And so, and yeah, the country boy could tight now. Yeah, the country boy could tight. Y'all thought I was done. So that's what you have to think about. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. Just me personally, I don't feel sorry for adults who choose people for the wrong reason. If you go and you get a man and you see he's a low life, you see he do all this shiesty stuff, you see how he think, you see how he move, and you choose to be with him because he made 6 figures or he made 7 figures or he popping in the city, he the #1 club promoter, he the #1 lawyer, he on all the billboards. So you overlook all the red flags because you want the lifestyle, you want the money, and then you delusionally telling yourself, no, I just happened to meet him, and just because he a man of means don't mean I wanted him for means. I want to be loved like every other HO. I want to be loved. No, you didn't. Hush. You're lying. You wanted the money. You wanted the name. You wanted the fame. You want the lifestyle. You wanted to be with the man who popping in the city. So when he started going upside your head, that's what come with it, because you ignored the red flags, and vice versa for the men. You go and you get with this woman, she got a gigantic booty. She got a thigh gap. She got a flat stomach, BBL, lipo, whatever it may be. You don't care. You see she twerking on the ground. You see she got her booty cheeks out. You don't care that she doing all of that because you want to dig off in there. You want to prance her around like you the man of town. So then when she go and hop on another D, popping P on a handstand, now you want to be crying and complaining. DHOs ain't done. I can't stand y'all get about her. Then you want to join the red pill. That's what you get. She showed you she was a HO when you met her. You done went over there and lurked on Cherie Gaskin's page and seen that you ain't seen no booty cheek. You ain't seen no thong. You ain't seen no twerking. And you know I got it. And you know I'm a good man. So you go pick the opposite and expect the treatment that I get? No. You chose with your little head. Now your big head hurting. And your little head might be burning. That is what you get. Because you grown. So y'all have to realize you have to look at people and you got to assess them. You got to look at their character. Like, I would never in my life, ever in my life, LIFE, choose a woman who try to look sex online, who attention seek online. Never, ever would not do it. Man, my phone blowing up. But I got to respond to my family though, y'all. So y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. Just never thought I'd be one of these people. All these text messages, man. I used to get mad with the pro athletes when they wouldn't respond to my text message. But now I see what it feel like, man. Overwhelming. Too many people got my number. My goodness. And so listen to me. This what you got to understand. You have to look at character. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like this situation, a lot of these situations, rarely do you see a trashy man with a classy woman. Rarely. If the man is trashy and the woman chose him, she is his equivalent. She is trashy too. And vice versa. If the woman is trashy and the man chose her, he is trashy too. If you're not trash, you don't choose trash. If you class, you choose class. So you got to elevate and up who you are. Cause I'm gonna tell you like the right here, I'm class. You don't see me in the gym working for no six pack so I could go thirst trap online. So I'm not finna choose no thirst trapping woman. Not finna do that. Finna choose a woman who is confident in herself, confident in her natural beauty, and who gonna show her natural beauty and point blank period. I'm not attention seeking. I'm not gonna choose an attention seeking woman. I'm gonna choose a woman where if you see it, you see it. Like for example, I bought my wife a matte black G-Wagon. She never once posted it. I bought my wife a they call it bronze Magno. You got to Google it. G-Wagon of a special edition. She never posted it. My wife probably have 20 or 30 Chanel bags. She never do an unboxing. She got stuff right now sitting from Christmas that she still ain't took out the box. Like, she not no showy woman. She's just not like that. So guess what? I'm not either. All the cars that I done had, I never taken post a picture of it. Never did no car. At one point, I had 10 cars because that's my thing. I don't cheat on my wife. My outlet is I get me a car. And so every man got something. So I get me a car. And I never showed it. I don't do no little flexing, no flossing. So guess what? I chose a woman that's the same way. You choose what you are. And that's what once you realize that's a universal law, then that's when your life changed for the better. So if you getting dogged out, you chose that because the signs were there. You saw he had an anger issue. You saw he had a temper. You saw he used to get mad. You saw he had snarky comments, snarky remarks. You saw all that. You saw. So you got to realize and understand that I need you to make a donation to the boys program. So y'all, I'm gonna try to book some flights today. I'm gonna see what we could do. Woo, when I tell you it ain't easy, when I tell you it ain't easy now. When I tell you it ain't easy, I ain't lying to you. And so we got that coming up. Next Thursday, I think we got a flight. So I got to go on book flights. Today, when I get a break, probably gonna be what 4:30. I got to book the first set of flights, and I'm gonna tell you, we got to wait on the money. So day by day, so I can book. I probably can afford a one way from a 17U. They most important, so I got to take care of them first. Probably can afford a one way. Then if tomorrow more money hit, then I can afford the return. And then if the next day money hit, then I can afford the hotel. And then the next day money hit, I can afford the 16U one, get out there. Next day, for they return. So I trust God for the provision. So that's why I say, hey, if you don't have kids or nieces and nephews you taking care of and you want to adopt one of my young men in my program, right now we got 16, may add a 17 and 18 young man. We blessing them. And we go above and beyond. Like we take care of all their food. Last night, one of them received $300 and two others received $100. So they get like allowance and stipends, just depend on them hitting their goals and teaching them money management skills, budgeting skills. And so it's a all-inclusive program, and they get a lot of mentorship. They probably tired of hearing my mouth, but I know it's gonna hit. Last night I was able to witness, about Jesus Christ to a young man and just my relationship with Christ. And I don't know his relationship with Christ. I wasn't trying to get into it, but I just was explaining to him why I do what I do and why I am how I am. Y'all forgive him camera shakes on my hands on thing. I'm tapping. And it's sitting up on a little platform. Commercial break. y'all forgive me. Talk to my son in the portal. So this what I want you to think about. Y'all, we got 32 more minutes. And I still got to get my AC fixed in here. So forgive me if I go to sweating. So I want you, and this one I'm gonna tell you, and this is across the board. Like a lot of people, it's just one thing. Like, okay, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the only thing is you gotta lose weight. That's it. That's the only thing. And the other thing, I'll be honest with you, like, then sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it could be another factor that you can't change, like your height or your age. But when it's something that you can change, you got to ask yourself, can I change this thing? Can I change this? Whether through hard work, dedication, sacrifice, or plastic surgery or surgery. Can I change this? Or cosmetic work, braces, bonding, whatever it is, veneers. Can I change this? Sometimes, like, and I'm not telling you to do it. I'm asking you to ask yourself that question because you're an adult and everybody. So let's say you have a cleft palate, or let's say you have, a unique feature on your face. I'll never forget when Zig Ziglar said that his daughter got her ears pinned back. I'm guessing he has a set of ears on him, and I think he did have a set of ears on him, and his daughter got his ears. And so I don't know if y'all have seen this, but some white women, they'll have their hair down and you'll see the ear sticking out of their hair. So the hair be down, and this piece of the ear be sticking through their hair. That's their daddy ears. And so you could go get it, I guess, surgery back there, get a surgery on it, and it, put it to the side. See, I got a little flick on mine. It put it back. And then some women have their dad nose, and every woman have their dad nose, but some men nose are wider. So if a man nose is wider, and then a woman get a wider nose, they get their dad nose, it may not fit their face because it's coming from the body and the genetics, the DNA of a man who is thicker, muscular, thicker muscle, taller, and then you take his nose and you put that on a woman who is shorter, not built like a man. It could give her a different type of look that she just doesn't enjoy. So it's a lot of women who go get what I think they call rhinoplasty or something. I could be, that could be something totally different now. That could be a hysterectomy, and I don't even like, so y'all forgive me on the term, but that's a personal choice. Nobody even has to know that. I think they say Beyonce and all of them celebrities have gotten those jobs. Nobody even has to know that, and that's your personal choice. So if you say, okay, there's something about me that makes me look more unique than other people, and I'm being judged by this thing, male or female, I'm being judged by this thing, and that's causing people to overlook me and pass me. Am I okay with being passed? And am I okay waiting until I meet my organic match? Or do I want to do something about it to fall more inside of the beauty constructs of my country, wherever you at in the world? That's your personal choice. You could go do that and still nothing changes, because a lot of times things aren't as bad as we think they are. You could say, oh, I got my dad nose, but your dad ain't have a bad nose, and you don't have a bad nose either, but you just looking at yourself every day. So like right now, my nose too big for me. Right now, I'm looking at this here camera, my nose too big for me right now, smelling everything. But deep down, I know I don't have a bad nose. And so that's the thing. We beat ourselves up more. So it's like this right here. If I was a single man and you see that wrinkle in my forehead, that come from doing like this when I was in middle school and I had acne, and I would try to do that to hide the bumps in the crease. And so I got that wrinkle. But you got to ask yourself, if I was a single man, how many women gonna truly walk away from me if I'm a good guy for having that line in my forehead? Maybe 1%. Maybe 1% be like, I don't like that line in his forehead. Nope, got to go. No, got to go. Gotta pardon the Red Sea, child. Not that. You got to go. You're not finna have no line around me. And so probably 1%. Same thing with your nose. The same thing with your lips. Same thing with your teeth. But sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you holding on to it because you broke? Are you holding on to it because you fell in love with it and you trying to embrace yourself? And if that's the case, you love yourself, you embrace yourself. Like some people feel that way about their gap. Now, I will refrain from my thoughts and opinion on the gap. My thoughts and opinion on the gap don't matter. That's how you feel about it. But it's like if you're not tied to it, then yes, you have to understand it is different. It is outside of the norm. So if you're not tied to it spiritually, emotionally, physically, and you're okay fixing the gap, it is going to make a world of a difference in your life because you just going to look more customary of what people are used to seeing. So on job interviews, in the dating world. So you got to be real about that. And I hate to have these type of conversations because people could take it as mad or whatever. This is crazy how they do us, man. This man doing so good for the Orlando Magic, and they done fired the man. Finishes after 5 seasons, including 3 consecutive playoff runs from 2023 to 2026. Orlando had a first round elimination for the 3rd straight time. Okay, they keep getting eliminated in that first round. Yeah, they trying to get, and watch, they finna bring in a white man. They get a brother a chance. We gotta get him a white. Hey, I mean, you gotta switch it up and you gotta try some things out. You gotta try some things out. But man, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm about to be working with Black coaches here soon in a more real way. So y'all will hear about that later. And we may have some events y'all invited to. And so stay tuned. Maybe some single coaches in there for y'all single women. And then for y'all single men, maybe some single women coaches in there. Come on out to the networks and mixers and stuff. Symposiums and conferences, and go and get your little, gems in you. So think about it. My 12-year-old son made the highest level of youth soccer. They call it homegrown, but the real name is MLS Next 1. So the pros is MLS, Major League Soccer, and then you have MLS Next. That's the feeder system to the Major League. So my 12-year-old Tatum made that team. Now, to put in perspective, that's the highest level. And they have a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh. Like there's so many levels of youth soccer. So to make the highest level at a good club is a huge accomplishment. And we just got his little form to fill out and register him today. And my wife is so excited because she do all the driving, take him to all his trainings, all his practices. When I can't make the game, she at the game. So she's so invested and so connected to it. So one of those things. So y'all gotta forgive me. And so think about this. What do you need to do? Where do you need to grow? Where do you need to elevate? What work do you need to put in? What do you need to change? Like, for example, I'm on here, right? See here? I ain't got my retainers, but you see my teeth relatively straight. I didn't get braces until 32 years old. Before that, I had a tooth. One of these tooth was growing in and it was crowded, so it couldn't grow in. So it stopped up top. It stopped up there, so it gave me a shark tooth. So having that shark tooth, I smiled like this, one side. Anytime I took a picture, I'm smiling one side. So, and then my bottom teeth, they was more crooked. They still crooked to a degree, but they was more crooked. So just had the four straight, and then the sides was a little more crooked. So I had two gold down there. And so at 32, I got braces. After getting braces, that's when I became, after I got them braces off, that's when I became a real millionaire. Like that's when I really ushered into that next level of life after 35. And it came because of a confidence boost. So my whatever you may call it, comedic wit or personality or whatever, all of that came after braces. I had none of that before braces. I had it, but I couldn't show it because I was insecure. So what I'm telling you is when you fix that thing that has you insecure, you're gonna attract, and that could be your personality, it could be your fashion, it could be whatever it may be. When you fix that thing that has you insecure, that has you in a shell, that has you not being all the way fully yourself, when you fix that, trust me, you're going to go to another level and you're going to attract way better. You're going to attract way more because it's you in your fullness and who you really are. And that's going to change everything for you. And you're going to be like, whoa, I ain't know I had this. I ain't know I had this. I ain't know like, ooh, this in my bag. Like, this how I am? Like, what? This what I do? Like, what? And so that's what I'm thinking right there. Like, you gotta look at that. It's like, come on now. Y'all, my son texting up. He all his offers coming in, the college offers coming in for his next year of school. He in the transfer portal. Man, so he excited and he telling us, so I gotta be responsive because he lean on my voice. Oh, so yeah, y'all got to go. Yeah, son cranking up in here. Oh my goodness, that boy be texting up. That boy be texting up. Texting up. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. We gonna stay on this. I got a call in 17 minutes, so I ain't gonna talk all the way on up to it. But we gonna stay on this, get these here lessons out. We're gonna be touching on this. I'm gonna crank up while I'm home, because when I get out with the boys on the weekend, I be booked up. So think about this and listen, y'all. This uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's a situation where it's really uncomfortable. Like when you got to look at, you know, you got to look at like situations where maybe you got to change something, or should you, or do you want to? And you got to be introspective and you got to see, like, where am I at on this? How do I feel about this? Does this mean I love myself? Does this mean I don't love myself? Me changing like my personality and how I act and talk to people or treat people, or me changing this particular thing cosmetically, or me losing weight, or me gaining weight, like to appear more quote unquote regular, more quote unquote normal, more quote unquote accepted. Like that's a tough thing that we have to confront. And some people choose not to confront it. Like, bump y'all. I ain't doing nothing. Like, you don't like me for me. I ain't changing nothing. And that's your right. That's your right. For me, it was like everybody don't have no shark tooth. So I don't want no shark tooth. Cause I want to be able to smile. I want to be able to smile and feel normal. And if everybody had a shark tooth, of course, I ain't going to get no braces and pay $5,000 and got to be mouth hurting when they tighten it up, and chicken wing all in the braces, and got to be doing all that flossing and cleaning and water picking. Like, no, 150 a month. I missed 6 months. Count was empty. So instead of being 2 years, it was 2.5. Sometimes I couldn't go back in there to that 150 get in the count. Cause I know they'll get in there and they're gonna hit that card. So like, hey, had to wait. And then after that became a millionaire. So it's like, now, yeah, it's not. And I'm gonna tell you, I associate becoming a millionaire with getting braces, because it unlocked my personality. I'd never be on here talking with all this here confidence, all this here. I was on here. You go back to my real old videos, I done hit most of them. I'd be like, so what I want to talk to you today about is how people do this and people do that. And what do you want to do? And that's because I had to keep my mouth still so that shark tooth ain't show. And now I got the even confidence to tell you about that. So now you looking at me like, I ain't talking about you were ugly, but hey, what? I thought you looked all right, but now I know you was a mess. You were chalk. And so, but I could tell you that now because I'm confident. And it was like, yeah, I was confident, and no, I wasn't ugly. I just didn't smile. So, women didn't know that I had that. They have never seen it. Like my wife, she had never seen it. She had never seen it because I just didn't show that much personality. So that made me more likable too, because I was hard to read. So I really ain't had no annoyances because I was so chill. And so now she probably wish I had that shark tooth, so I'll shut up more. And so that's what you got to think about. So this is a personal choice, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like, don't put all your opinion all out there, because this people choice. This how they feel. We don't want to villainize somebody because they feel like they need to go do this cosmetically, go do that cosmetically. That's their choice. If you don't want to do it, okay, congratulations. Here go a cookie. You're not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody. If you feel like you need to go change something, lose weight, gain weight, get braces, whatever it is, veneer, whatever you want to do, you're not worse than nobody. It's a personal choice, and your reaction will be based on your action. Like what you get out of life will be determined by how you show up in life. So you could have all of this stuff that's outside of the norm, but if you show up strong, you show up confident, you show up ready, all that right there, then it still can work out for you. You don't have to change nothing. But if it's making you shrink, if it's making you insecure, if it's making you this, that, and third, it's hurting you, and you're not gonna get what you want out of life. But hey, this Tony Gaston. God bless you. Keep your head up. If the Lord been good to you, we need your help. So y'all gonna get tired of me begging, but it is a tax write-off. It's a 501c3, so it is not the Dr. Umar situation where they're raising, and you can't see nothing from it. You could go to Tony Gaston Elite on Instagram. Please go over there if you got an Instagram and follow us, so you could see the headlines we posting about the boys. You see the cities that we in, the trips and the travel, and all of that right there. You see the infographic I posted of what it take to travel, all that right there. So, hey, God bless you. Keep your head up and check that on out now. We need you. We need you. And so whenever you donate, even if it's $1, $5, $10, everything count. The link is in the description. You'll see it say support the boys summer program. If you go, that's like a little fundraiser, and you go down a couple more links, you'll see support the boys summer program. It's just the general page. It takes about, I feel like, 3 to 7 days for us to receive what you donate. So that's why I be having to wait to book the flights. And of course, the price will go up every day, but I can't do it till the money in. So y'all understand that right there. And so we got to fly next Thursday. It finna be a long shot, but we gonna see what we could do. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Man, I done did one session, one meeting. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more sessions. So technically, that's 7 sessions today, 7 hours. God bless you. We'll talk soon.